It's incredible. Like.
Is he as motivational in real life as he comes across?
It's insane. It's like I've never done cocaine before, but I feel that's what it feels like. Just being in his energy, like just kind of buzz and
brilliant.
But like he went after dinner meeting, he had 5 meetings after that. Like he doesn't stop.
Sporting, motivational, entrepreneurial, travel, music. Also, just have an interesting story.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Frankly Nuts podcast with Kev and myself, Joe. Today we're joined by Jason Woodard for episode 7.
Yeah, so we're actually going to start it today with a bit of a rapid fire.
Before we start, you have to get a t-shirt that says dot.
Because I keep saying it.
Yeah. How good would that be? That's your catchphrase.
I don't even notice it, like, and I keep saying like as well.
My thing is, and you'll hear it, guaranteed you'll hear it throughout this is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I say like so much.
Yeah. That's just
such a Cork thing as well. Like,
I'm not even from Cork. And
yeah, you're from Kerry, yeah?
Yeah, Clarny.
Because
Brendan Keeley, do you know him at all?
He used to play goals for Kerry.
Yeah, I think I recognise the name. Yeah.
He wrote to us on Facebook, like, and he was like, just a suggestion for you. He was like, you should get Kerry man Jason Woodard on the show.
Nice.
He was like, but we never knew you were from Kerry, like.
Oh yeah. Clarny, born and bred. I left when I was 17, but
kind of a bit of a shock to
us.
I
thought you were Douglas or something.
No, I come across as a Douglas.
Every time we've actually like seen you talk or whatever, we're like, geez, he's very Cork like, isn't he? And
no,
you're actually
I'm only here like it's a decade now, I think. But when I think it was 21, I came down. Oh, not even, just 8 or 9 years. Yeah.
That's all you've been living in Cork.
Cork, yeah. I was in Dublin. So I know kind of.
I know that's right.
You nearly rolled it, like just keep it rolling.
I'd say keep rolling.
I left Clarny when I was 17, moved to Dublin. And my dad was like, "Get out, like get a job," because I'd finished my leaving cert.
Yeah.
So like. He's dead right. I loved it. He hooked me up with my brother, and he said, "Whatever you've saved, I'll double it. So take that, and then go to move to Dublin." So I did that. Spent the entire savings in 2 weeks.
Dublin's ridiculously expensive. Like,
got a tramp stamp on my back, like this stupid 18-year-old.
Jesus.
Shit, like, yeah. And worked there for a year or two, and then I worked at a nightclub called Tram Cup in Rathmines, which was great crack. It was mental stuff. And worked with Niall Boyle, and he used to DJ there, and a few other people and stuff. And then I became a VIP insurance broker for AXA.
Okay.
So what does that even involve? Like a VIP?
It's insane. It's like I gained like 6 stone of 7 to 7, 5 days a week. Just
go in. And had you any background on that, or just pure? They
trained you, like they gave you the 6-7 weeks training, but then it just
you're on your own. Then,
you're on your own. It was just mental. Like so, like not VIPs in the way that you think. Oh, like the Conor McGregor or insurance. You're getting like the owner of Hibernian Insurance.
Right. Yeah.
So look, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to college. I left, came to Cork through college.
Film studies, was it?
Filmmaking, St. John's, yeah.
And did you, how long was that? A year, 2 years?
2 years. 2 years, yeah. And then I started working in the Omniplex. We met.
Yeah, in the Omniplex, that's it.
Did you boys work together before?
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a third wheel here.
Geez, it's a weird one because I actually, I had my interview for the Omniplex, went in. And the next day I went cycling and I broke my elbow.
It was so fun.
And I actually...
Because he was rostered on him for like 3 weeks after. Yeah. He was like, where's Kev? Is he sick today? Who's Kev?
And he never showed up.
Broke his arm. Like,
never showed up. No. I was at home with the broken elbow and I was going to the hospital obviously like, and I was like to my mother like, what am I going to do? Like, this is my first day. Like, so my brother actually had to go into Mahon Point, go up to the cinema and say, I'm Kevin's brother, like he won't be at work today. They must have thought, this guy here, like his brother has to come in, ring in for him. And I remember I got back then, I was 4 or 5 weeks later, I came back to work.
You broke something else then, didn't you?
Huh? I broke my foot then.
Yeah, you broke your foot.
Just when you were going back?
Yeah, I came back. And there was stories, like, and people were coming up to me that I worked at.
Gangster.
They were like, did you get in a car crash? Did you do this?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? I only
Rumours.
Bike accidents,
like
your Irish
and
mentality.
then I broke my foot, so I was just behind the desk.
Exclusive for you guys, we've struck a deal with Mahon Point Omniplex, and we're going to the cafe. So
you're opening in there?
Yeah, Huckleberry's is going to be available in there from the 8th of
the donuts and coffee as well, or just...
No, they keep an espresso, but it'll be our donuts on display ready to go there. So it'll be Ben & Jerry's and Huckleberry's.
That'll be massive.
Mahon Point Omniplex. You heard it here, guys.
Get on it.
8th of September.
Jesus, that kind of cuts out one of our later questions.
Yeah. So we'll start with the rapid fire.
Yeah,
so we're just going to fire questions at you and just hit you with whatever. So favourite TV
coffee,
show?
lads, but that's fucking fantastic.
119 in Aldi.
119.
And as well, you just pour it. It's ready made, like.
Yeah. We just
pour it in the carton. Aldi, if you want to sponsor us.
We just thought the carton looked a bit. So we put it in clear cup. But favourite TV show?
At the moment, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Cool.
Got it. Well, I watched it and stopped after season 4.
Oh, you stopped at season 4.5. That's where I stopped, but it was last year.
Overall time, favourite TV show?
For me, Friday Night Lights. Followed by
I
Breaking
watched
Bad.
the movie. Never seen Breaking Bad.
I'd say Friday Night Lights or else Prison Break.
Have you seen the movie Friday Night?
Yeah,
So good.
unbelievable.
All-time greatest TV show for me, probably Police Squad.
Never heard of it.
No, same.
Check it out if you like. It's the original TV show of the Naked Gun movies.
Okay.
Way back when. Like,
yeah,
you've
how
never
much-
seen Naked Gun?
No, you're fine.
Oh my god! The comedy Naked
When
Gun.
you said it there, I was
No.
like, jeez, I
Oh,
Yeah, have you
recognise
ever
the
seen
name.
Airplane?
No.
No,
Oh my god!
I've seen Con Air.
Lads, no, Airplane's a comedy. Like,
You see, you're such a movie buff as well. Like, you
Yeah.
love
yeah,
films.
no, you have to check this out. Like,
Yeah.
this is the Godfather of comedy. Like,
You have to
Brilliant.
name about 15 there,
Yeah.
and you're just like, yeah.
So, your favourite music artist?
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay.
Never
the
heard of
band.
them.
The
Yeah,
band.
the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hotel California,
I've heard
that
of
kind
them.
of
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
jeez, I sung that karaoke once with my dad in France.
I've
Yeah, no,
never
class,
heard of it, but
class.
okay.
A big Michael Bolton fan as well.
I saw that the other day. You're trying to get hashtag Michael Bolton Mondays in Huckleberries, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's hilarious. It's somewhat taken off. People on Twitter and Instagram are coming like, "Who's Michael Bolton?" Like, mothers are coming going, "Tell me about Michael Bolton happening here." Our kid did ask me who he is, and they're about Huckleberries. I was like, "Yeah, Michael Bolton Mondays." My staff hate it. It's going to be
Go
just
away.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, I
playing
see you're
all
playing
Monday,
it. I
like.
saw that Instagram live. Morning or night owl?
Both.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose you'd have to be really though.
Whenever I
wouldn't
need to
you?
be.
Whatever needs to be done.
I prefer night, but if I have to be in morning, I can be. No problem.
Brilliant. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs, definitely, yeah. Perfect
Classic.
Saturday night.
Oh, I'm a big poker head. I love poker.
Yeah.
So if I got a
Yeah.
good game of poker going with the lads, that could be cool for me. But then I should say,
Being in with
movie
the
with
wife.
my fiance and child as well. But
Politically
no,
correct.
anything. It all depends.
Brilliant,
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played any poker tournaments or anything like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I played. Went around a few places.
Oh,
here
go
and
ahead.
there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny actually. I won $5,000 in 9 minutes on Poker Stars.
What?
Yeah, it was funny.
Online.
Yeah, online. Yeah, we did. It was kind of a. Do you know the things in the casinos, the machines that do that?
The slots?
Oh, yeah,
exactly. But it did that for 3. It could be 20, could be 5, could be 3. I got 5,000 was the prize, and 3 of us battled out, and I knocked them both out, and
Jeez, brilliant.
went on a cruise and
Okay.
bought a car, like literally the next
Best
day.
9 minutes
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
life. Your favourite sport?
MMA.
MMA. Big MMA fan.
Yeah, I'm just not a sports guy. Like, I always used to do judo as a kid, contact sports, that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
MMA.
Would you have been into it before McGregor came on the scene? Or?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm there since
Day
like
one.
UFC 6 or 7.
Yeah,
A friend of
that's-
mine, I was like
this
10.
claims that as
I was like 10, and these boys. This is when it was barbaric. Like, this is when
Yeah.
people didn't.
There was
want to
no
watch
weight
it.
classes back then. Like it was
It was,
just
yeah, you get a sumo wrestler versus the small Brazilian fella.
Jeez, probably all juiced up and everything like that.
Class though.
Juiced
It
up
was,
to the
but
gills.
then it was just to watch it progress has been really class.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like people like, oh, you know from the start, yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, Royce Gracie, and all these different names and stuff. They'd be like, I've never heard of these
Who they
people. It's
like,
like
yeah.
they paved the way. Like the Tour Liddell trilogy was one of the best trilogies of all time. Like
I wouldn't have
You
heard
got
of
me
that.
there.
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell and Randy Tour.
Oh, okay,
Chocolate,
okay.
yeah. you know.
Liddell Couture, like that trilogy, the 3 fights they did.
I wouldn't have watched any of
Oh,
them, no, but I know
far,
who the two of them are.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
to ever watch
Chuck
it.
Liddell, the Iceman. Biggest pet peeve?
I said this the last day. I can't remember what it was. At the moment, Twitter.
Okay.
So fucking
Just-
negative, like
it's just dead, like,
stupid.
is
No,
it?
it's just stupid. People are being idiots on like they're just. Oh, I'm negative, so I'm going to be negative
Yeah.
here.
It's for trolls, really. Like
That's
Twitter,
exactly
like,
why, and it's such a pity because that is really the only social media per se. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the one-on-one socialness comes from. I know Facebook is there and Instagram is there, but they're not. They're like realistically, they're like messaging boards.
Yeah.
But Twitter is really the only social media per
Back
se.
and forth, kind of, yeah.
But at the moment, it's shit.
Yeah, we find it's dead. Like we
Yeah.
wouldn't be pushing a big time into it. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Tea. We
No,
converting him
iced
into the coffee. Yeah.
Yes, little iced coffee.
The next one we had was Instagram or Twitter, but I assume
Instagram.
we know the answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter.
Yeah. Do you
Pinterest.
feel Instagram's taking over now, Snapchat with the stories and all that
at the
kind of
moment.
thing?
Well, yes and no. Snapchat are saying they're going to come back big time. Like they lost 493 million last year.
It's insane. Like
It was the last quarter, and they lost quarter, not last year, the last quarter. But they also went public for 9 billion in March. So
okay.
they'll have to do something. They're not going to let it slip.
Yeah.
So what they did is they registered themselves. Sorry, no, I'm going off on a rant on this.
I know, yeah, great.
But
Go ahead.
they've registered themselves as a camera company, not a social media.
I saw that, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to where they go with that.
Yeah.
So,
It's for like a much younger audience as well. Like, isn't it? Snapchat. Like, it's if you're
audience,
targeting.
like, I think we have the bones of 10,000 on Snapchat on Huckleberries. and it's just so young.
Yeah, it's all like.
But it's not Jesus. Like
It's not exactly long, yeah.
It's still like those
It's a way of
10-year-olds,
accessing-
those 14-year-old sims quickly become 16, 17-year-olds by my donuts. That's
Exactly.
the scenario, but
Yeah.
sending their parents in and stuff. So
Yeah, not bad,
Definitely.
not bad.
So the last song that was stuck in your head?
the last song that was stuck in my head was, I don't know. Actually, I don't recall.
Hotel California.
Yeah, go. For it. There was
Um,
definitely a song stuck in my head yesterday, but anyway.
Favorite emoji?
I think I'm the kind of smiley face, the tears, or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
hand.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
yeah, we'd be
That's what
peace signs
we're
and
trying
a-
to go for a brand ourselves.
Yeah.
Peace sign with a blue love heart.
I
So
saw
forget-
it actually. I got a lot of love hearts. I was like, what's going on there?
If you get love hearts off, it's just
It's just
It's
their
our
thing.
thing, like,
It's their
yeah.
thing. Forget
Yeah.
about it.
And the final one, your favorite podcast, other than Franklin Nuts,
Oh, Gary V. I listen to
Gary
Gary V every day. The Gary V audio experience.
the Daily V, and
Yeah, no, just his audio experience is
Okay.
class. And there's another great one called The Pitch by Gimlet.
Okay.
Basically, it's like this. We're 4 or 5 venture capitalists with
Okay.
millions and millions behind us, and one person pitches an idea to us, and then
Yeah.
we either say, we love it, here's 300 million behind it, or blah, blah, blah.
Big
Jesus,
time Dragons Den.
Yeah,
sort of
like
kind of
a
thing, like.
Big time, yeah. So
Very
it's
good.
cool.
Very good.
imagine the nerves on that.
Yeah.
The next thing here is like, before we get started on your journey as an entrepreneur, you've worked in the cinema for a few years before all this happened. Like, how did you find the experience of the cinema?
Great. I loved it.
Yeah.
It being a big
the
movie
amount of
buff yourself,
people, like,
like,
just, obviously free movies, obviously it was class, but
Yeah.
just the amount of people, there was 60 people on the staff there, so the crack you'd have every day, you wouldn't know about it. the crack you'd have
I get so much
every
stick
day.
for
Like,
this as well, like-
I became a supervisor 2 or 3 years into it, or 2 years into it, I think. So I was a supervisor for 5 years. So I had my own team every
Yeah.
night, which was cool. So like if I was in the screen doing cleaning and stuff, there'd be 10 of us in there having crack.
Yeah.
And it was just quite like
Good
going
banter.
to just a social club.
Yeah.
Sometimes it got shit.
Like, even when I worked there, I think there was 5 or 6 of us started on that night.
Right.
And when I came back 5 or 6 weeks later, however long it was, one of the lads I actually started with was my supervisor when I
Yeah.
got
Are you
back.
serious?
Yeah. I came in
Jeez.
like, and I was like, I'm back anyway, and he was wearing a different uniform, and I was like, jeez, like, I started with this guy now, I have to listen to him. Like, it was,
Sometimes it was like hectic though. Like I was there for the Dark Knight when
Oh,
it was
yeah,
there,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the second movie, and fuck it, man, it was 13 screens sold out. Like you had the bones of 14,000 people moving through every 3 hours,
Jesus.
and you had a team of 15 to clean up after them. Like
it's
Jeez.
insane how people love movies, like, and they will queue up for days just to go to
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
the,
big
the opening of it, like.
I would
Yeah.
anytime. Like it kills me now. Like to the movies as much. Like I used to go twice a week,
Go away.
but now with the family and the business, but we still try and get to go.
Yeah.
Last thing I saw was the Dunkirk.
I haven't
Oh,
seen it yet, I'm dying to see it.
it.
I heard of it, I have heard of
Genres.
it.
It's good, solid.
Were you studying filmmaking kind of alongside that, or did that come after?
Yes, I was putting myself through college for that.
Oh, very good.
So I was,
Real entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
so.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
it was annoying. Like,
Grinding.
you sometimes you'd have a 7 to 10 shift and you have to get to 6 o'clock or 5:30 plus and you're not back till 11 o'clock. And
Yeah.
look, it happens. I put myself through college on it. Like,
The
so.
hard yards.
Yeah.
And when were you, like, when you were in the cinema, did you work on the side as well, doing media production? Or was that-
Video production. So I do like promo videos here and there for companies.
So that was kind of your first steps, really, as like an entrepreneur. Like, was it kind
Yeah,
of going out there? And,
absolutely. JW Films was the first thing I set up. That's what it was like, yeah. And so I then kind of fell into a circle. I became good friends with Pat Fitz and all, and then we kind of formed a circle of buddies around us. Well, there was no circle. I just joined them. But, yeah, I say that. But
Hey, guys.
I joined. But then more people joined the circle and stuff, which is cool. But a lot of bar owners, managers from the city, and then I just got work for them.
Yeah,
So like,
like-
Sober Lane, Soho, Voodoo Rooms, I worked for all these guys doing all their videos for them and stuff. And
So I think with Cork as well, like even we've found since we started, like it is such kind of a close knit kind of community, like you know,
Yeah.
like you sat down and met with us when we first got
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, as an idea,
Dan
like, yeah.
Sweeney, there was a couple of others, like you know, who are big in this space in Cork, and like everyone's willing to help, like you
Yeah.
know, in startups.
yeah,
Like it's really
it's
cool.
yeah.
In fairness. Did you go on to you were working 96 FM then?
Yep.
Did that come after
Again, drinking buddy Ken Parrott.
that? Go away.
Yeah, came to me and said, "Look, we're looking to do a Christmas video." And I said, "Cool, let's sit down." We sat down, came up with the idea, and I did the video, and they liked it. And then for about 3 or 4 months, even 6 months after that, I was just doing promo videos for them. He'd say, "Oh, there's a big match on, or there's an event here. The Cork team are coming back, and you come down." And then it just progressed, and I got the offer. I was on a cruise after winning my money from
Oh,
Poker
brilliant.
Stars.
Poker Stars, the
And I was
best night in
offered.
July.
I met the CEO of 96, and he said, "Look, we're looking for a digital content producer." Blah 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 blah. And then I was offered the contract while on the cruise, which is cool.
Brilliant.
And came back to a job.
And how long did you work at 96 for?
A year.
A year.
Yeah, a
And
year.
so like all of these entrepreneurial steps led to you opening Huckleberry's
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Was it November 2016, was it?
2016, yeah, 25th of November.
Yeah.
So it's not even a year. It's still mad.
And you had the idea for quite a while,
4
I
or
think.
5 years. Like I was talking about
Go
it
away.
way back in the cinema. Like I was saying when they were opening, when Ben and Jerry's, when they were moving the cafe over to the other side, I was like, needs to be donuts. Like they're like, oh no, it's not big, and this. And
I mean, you shocked the fact that you thought of this in the cinema, and yet by 2016, no one had
Nothing.
yet opened
Yeah.
it.
And I was thinking, then I was thinking to myself, am I wrong here? Like, is there something, why isn't there,
Why
you
hasn't
know,
someone taken this
why
step
hasn't this
back?
happened? Am I
Yeah.
wrong in the fact that people are saying, oh, there's a reason there's no donut shops
Yeah.
here? And then, like, my gut was like, fucking do it, like, just go for it.
Yeah.
As I said, whatever I am, I'm 28. If I fail, I'm 29.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm back on it.
It's a
Like,
year,
instead of,
like,
like I
yeah.
have another job. I still have my camera. I can still shoot videos if I have to.
Mm.
And then, you know yourself the story from there. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
were active on social, like before you actually opened, like weren't
4
you? You were,
weeks.
kind of,
We
you
went
were
live
building
4
a
weeks
bit of
before,
a.
yeah. So I went live about 4 weeks. So I left 96 on the 25th of September, October, 25th of October, and I was open 25th of November. So I gave myself a 4 week lead into open the shop, and then at the same time I left 96, I gave the social a go, and
Yeah.
then we had 3,500 followers on Facebook before we opened.
That's big, like, yeah.
That is massive,
You're
like
building a
yeah.
On the
customer
forward
base
page,
there before
yeah,
you
yeah.
even start, like.
So we were just putting up funny jokes and stuff, and just kind of building. We're coming Cork, and this, you know, donuts are cheaper than crystal meth and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff, and it just took off then.
Yeah.
Which was
And were you hiring staff and everything through those 4 weeks? Or how-
the second 2 weeks, yeah, I was looking
Okay,
at staff.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys got onto me from GoWorky, Tim, or David did, and then I was put onto Tim, and then it kind of took off from
Took
there.
off. Jeez. And you, like, one of your big days was National Donut Day.
Yeah, it was our
and
biggest
you
day.
had people queuing for like 5:30 in the morning or something.
Yeah, it started at 5:30 in the morning. 4,000 donuts went over the counter.
Whoa.
I think 1,300 of them were free.
Okay.
So we gave out away.
Yeah.
Did you expect that? Like, did you
No,
expect?
not that big.
I remember I saw the photos.
I thought maybe 100 people outside the door, not even. But not even outside the door. Like, come 8:30, there might be 20 people queuing, and it just kind of
Yeah.
keeps going that
Yeah.
way. Like, that queue was insane. Like,
I remember I was on holidays, like when you did it,
Yeah.
and I saw photos on Facebook, and there was news like
Yeah, I was-
stations
yeah.
tweeting the photos or whatever. And
yeah, Red FM covered it, and like breaking news, all these kind of websites covered it, loving.ie and a few other things. And
insane
it
day
was,
to be
it was
working
just
in there. Like.
insane. But like,
Insane.
free donuts are free donuts, man.
Yeah, true. 5:30 in the morning. I was just shocked at
Yeah.
5:30. Like what
We've-
time did you open? 9?
9, yeah.
That's
But the thing is, we did it smart enough, and we were lucky enough. Like, we didn't do it smart enough. We were blessed that it fell on the day that the schools finished the day before.
Okay.
So they finished on, I think it was a Saturday, they finished on the Friday. So all the students were off.
Okay.
So we were lucky in the scenario that there was kids, because I thought there's a few schools still left, but I think they asked their parents, so can we take the last day off or something, so we can go if you don't
It's
know.
insane, like queuing for that
There's
long.
something bigger coming for our birthday, which is 25th of November, so
There's something big coming. Ooh, almost got the
bigger than
exclusive.
that, like another exclusive.
So like even fast forward now to 9 months, like, and there's been how many donut shops now are open in Cork? There's
7, 8 in the county.
and like,
Jeez.
do you feel like you obviously started this craze, but did you think this would happen? That there'd be
I knew there'd be a follow up. I didn't think there'd be that many following up.
Yeah.
It just we made it look easy, like the vlogs, all
Yeah.
kind of stuff. When they saw like it's bound to happen if people have money behind them and they're like, oh, what we do next? And I'm there going, oh, we're sold out, days sold out, money's gone, blah blah blah. They're gonna say, "She's we have to jump on this train." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but even half of those donut shops, I keep saying shops,
Shops.
shops in Cork,
shop
they're not as active on social media. Like I'd never
No,
hear
I don't
about them on
really see most of
Instagram. I'd
them.
never see them on Facebook.
you need to be as well. That's the key.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
why
just,
our brand is so strong.
yeah, you,
That's
like,
that's the only way you survive this donut bubble, which is what we're living in. The cupcake thing happened. All that kind of crap happened.
Yeah.
Then again, like exactly the cupcake thing happened, and Cupcake Cottage survived. Have you had a Cupcake Cottage?
yeah, in
No, I
Douglas.
haven't.
Yeah, that's where's that? It's
It's
kind of
beside
Douglas.
Anglesey Street, just on the
Yeah,
right corner.
yeah. I've had them.
Best
Unbelievable.
cupcake you'll ever had.
Yeah.
Best cupcake you'll ever
Yeah.
had, and that's why it's just
Yeah.
an amazing. Like they're not very active on social, but their product is just incredible.
I
Like,
suppose the social as well, like you're selling the imagery of the donuts and all that big
a
time.
donut's an impulse buy, man.
Yeah.
If you're having a shit day and you see a donut, you're like, "Fuck, I'll have that." So, come on, so let's go. Like,
Yeah.
It's true.
and that's what it
actually,
is. And the fact that we're just in your face, you have to be the whole time. Stories looking good, crack.
But it's your
banter.
Facebook as well. Like it's almost food porn as well. Like when you're looking at it,
Yeah.
like you know, you see.
Sure, we did that video. Yeah, it's like Marks and Spencer's kind of for food
Oh,
porn,
yeah,
the
yeah.
donut video.
Just kind of, yeah, I remember the
I just
jingle
saw
to
it,
it
yeah.
just kind of
Someone
stays
just,
in your head,
yeah.
like.
Someone just did a kind of the same production team did a new video for a new donut company. It's the exact same thing. It's pretty funny. 3 months after we did it, but look what happens.
We leave them off.
Yeah. Blueprint. Like when you speak to a lot of people, and like I've even said to a lot of people now, talking friends and family, like that there is 7 months, or sorry, there is 7 shops open now within the last 10 months or whatever, and how crazy a stat that is. But like, do you feel that like a lot of people think it's a trend? Donuts are trending, like burritos are trending, all this. Do you feel confident that you'll outlast?
I think
the trend?
we will outlast. I'm confident that I think we've built the brands. Like we've 20,000 plus on Facebook, 10,000 plus on Instagram. Like it's not. That's something, like, do you mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like even if we closed the shop and went to markets or concerts, or we'll survive because people know the brand. Like, do you mean? And even if I went to fried chicken and became Huckleberry's fried chicken, they'll know it's Huckleberry's, and that's the whole Huckleberry's. That's the whole idea that when I was building this entire thing, I'm building a brand, not a donut shop.
Yeah.
So like my thesis was, and I've said it several times, is you can get a burger. You can get a burger anywhere.
We're all getting tongue twisted. Like
It's a coffee, man. I swear to God.
I'm never getting this coffee for anyone again. Like
You can get a burger anywhere, but you have to go to McDonald's for a Big Mac.
yeah,
That's my mentality. You can get a donut in any centre or any super value anywhere in the world, but you have to go to Huckleberry to get a Huckleberry.
That's another thing I wanted to ask. Not even the donut shops opening, but your super values now and all of them are trying to get in on the donut trend.
Soup values are bringing up massive.
It's
donuts.
Is
funny,
it
so-
like XOX or something? Yeah.
That's after our success. After about 3 or 4 months of our success, I heard there's a big conference down in Killarney, and for like the first 25 minutes they were talking about us and Huckleberries and donuts and stuff, and then they kind of focused in towards
Whatever
that scenario. So
it's insane. Like
it's just when someone starts something and it blows up, people will jump on it.
but it's almost like you're associated now as the first donut shop. So like
Yeah,
something
that's
that
the
stands to you,
original.
like,
Yeah, so we were
Um,
lucky to have those 3 months left.
vlogging was a big part of it, and like I suppose when you walk in, as we were saying, you nearly know everyone in there. Like
Yeah.
like you're kind of really, you bring your staff into it as well. Like I think you put their Instagram handles on
Yeah.
it. I think, and
Yeah.
so they really get to build a bit of a profile as well. Like
Yeah, well, it's funny because they tell me like they go out drinking and they get stopped for photographs. Oh yeah, look. Yeah, it's just out in Havanas and they get a picture taken with people. Because,
Jesus.
but look, that's what it's like. But the main thing I do, like, I'm the exact same person I am in my vlog that you see me in real life.
Yeah.
Right now, and that's the way to do it. Like, it's literally a TV show for my vlog or for my shop, and people love the rubberneck, so let them watch.
Yeah, people love tuning in just to see what's happening. Like, they love to know people's backstories.
But that's leave them off. It's free advertising.
Yeah.
It's good content. We have good crack.
But like the thing is, you nearly walk into Huckleberry's and like it's the same with anyone else who's vlogging out there. You feel like you'd say hi to someone behind the till and you expect them to be like, "Oh, how's it going, Kevin?" But they actually don't know you. Like,
not at all. Yeah.
it's a bit awkward. And you're like,
I sat down recently with Dan Sweeney about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I met him for the first time, and it's like I knew him. For the last
we
year
were
or
the
two.
same. No,
He's got on like a house on fire. Like,
Gent, absolute gent.
See, Dan, I told you to give you a shout out, bro.
We just joined his gym actually.
We had a meeting there last. We're doing a collab together, so we'll be doing a video and stuff soon. But it's a big one as well.
You can't say what it is.
I can't say it. I can't because it's not set in stone yet. So I have to.
it is coming soon.
Yes, it is coming soon.
Cool.
But it got very competitive very fast. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a competition on our socials to get past 2 subscribers, like on YouTube. That kind of competition. Like, it was good crack though.
Yeah.
And YouTube is definitely the hardest to build. Like,
It's so hard.
it's insane.
Yeah, but look.
We're experiencing that at the moment.
And one of your staff members is an influencer, Alex Looney.
Yeah.
How did he come about joining the team? Was it?
It's quite funny. He messaged us for work experience, and we're like, "Cool, yeah, no problem. Hop on." Blah blah blah. And I was out at a school in Carrickhill.
Yeah. I watched the vlog.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was watching, and I was just
Stalker.
chatting away, and I was talking to these girls, like these transition year girls. They were asking advice and stuff, and I was talking away to them. And one of them was like, "Oh, you have Alex Looney working for you, don't you?" And I was like, "Do I?" kind of thing. He's like, "Oh, he's doing the internship in your place." I was like, "Oh yeah, Alex, yeah." He's like, "Oh my god, I love him." I was like, "They're like, yeah, he has like thousands of followers. Like, are you not
He never mentioned it.
included?"
Yeah.
Like,
It's in
I
the
never met
vlog.
him. I never met him. Like, I was in Las Vegas when he started. So when that whole thing happened, that kicked off, and then I came back. I was like, "Alex, come on and talk." It's in the vlog.
Yeah,
The
oh,
eighth
yeah,
episode,
it's in the vlog.
the entire thing.
Ask
Like, you can
questions
see
and
my
you should.
blankness in the vlog. I'm like, "He what?"
He just comes out. He's like, yeah.
And I turned to my camera like, "Did you know that?" He was like,
It's like so humble of him as
Yeah,
well. Like,
yeah.
like if
But,
you're his age and you
he's-
have that following,
yeah.
I'd be shouting
You
it from
kinda
rooftops.
expect to be known
Like,
almost.
quadruple that now. Like, he's massive at the moment. Which is
Yeah.
class. He's a little gentleman as well, which is cool.
He actually messaged us
Yeah.
yesterday and he liked the podcast and we said we'd love to have him on in the future. So hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah,
we
we
can
get
link
him
up
on as a
there.
guest. And you've collabed with quite a lot of vloggers and celebrities in Cork. Do you enjoy doing that, like
Love it.
with others?
Yeah, it's really it's like it's such a good way to build a business. Social awareness and stuff. It's good to know people, as you said. Like down the road, I could, everything could fall apart, and one of those people would go, "Oh, I'm hopping here with us," or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? It's great to have that connection.
Yeah.
But I held a thing, methods of marketing. You boys
You
were
were there,
actually,
yeah.
I was influencers.
Yeah.
All about influencers and how they can help build your business, and people need to start fucking realizing that they can actually do damage with influencers. Like,
Yeah.
But sure, we saw people rallying behind you, like with the recent
Yeah.
break and attempt at Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, what was the story there?
just two boys broke in. They did damage to a few businesses around town.
Go away.
I think they got into another place as well, but it was just
did they just break the window and
no.
go away,
They
like?
grabbed a till float, which not much at all, and some coin, but that's it. Like.
Yeah.
Jesus, imagine going into work and just seeing that. Like,
It was like Shane rang me. It was like 6:30, like we've been broken into. I was like, ugh. Do
I have to get up, like?
Jesus. I was like, oh my god, okay. I mean, I'll be there in 20 minutes, whatever. So I drove in, and the door was on the floor. And it's like, how did you even pull that off? Like, but they were caught 20 minutes after.
Really?
They're still in custody. Yeah.
Jesus.
Justice.
Yeah.
And going back to collabing, is there anyone you'd love to collab with?
In life, like.
Yeah, well, I suppose we were saying, like,
Cork,
you'd probably
like-
say Gary V. but-
Well, no, like not Gary. Not make Gary, but Casey. Casey.
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
that
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a few people I'd love to sit down and chat to and just see what what they think and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone
What about
locally?
within Cork or?
But I think I've done, like if I haven't worked
Yeah.
with them, I'm going to work with them because I've
Yeah.
contacted them. That kind of scenario.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Dan, like there's a few other people coming up, and yeah.
Keep it on the hush hush.
Yeah,
We won't,
keep
we
it on
won't
the
give
hush
it.
hush.
And we even touched on Gary V here. Like, you actually went over and met him in person.
Yeah, well, I met him in Dublin when he was over, and then I went over and spent the day with him.
Dream come
And
true.
his team. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
class. Like. It was just I learned so much over there. Like, so what it was, I got to sit down from 8:30 in the morning to 5:30 with all the heads of his team. So like influencers, paid content, paid media, all this kind of stuff, content developers, all this stuff. And then he sat down with us for an hour and a half, and just went with like this. We just chatted, and he said, "No, do this, and help this," and
Yeah.
Jeez.
it's incredible. Like.
Is he as motivational in real life
It's
as he comes
insane.
across?
It's like
Yeah,
literally- it's
because-
like I've never done cocaine before, but I feel that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just being in his energy, like just kind of buzz and.
brilliant.
But like he went after dinner meeting, he had 5 meetings after that. Like he doesn't stop. Like,
He's
Yeah,
constantly on the
crazy.
go. Like,
yeah, he's who I want to be when I grow up.
When you grow up. Speaking of entrepreneurs, then we were at the Amplify Digital Marketing Conference recently, and you were interviewing Stephen Bartlett on stage. How did you find that process?
Yeah, nice,
interviewing him and
nice
stuff?
fella. He's busy as well. He's very busy. He came in, head was down. Like he said hi to us all, obviously in the room, in the VIP, the VIP room, the back room where everyone, the talkers were and stuff. And he just kind of sat in the corner, did his business, was
Yeah.
working, emails, phone
Go away,
calls.
he's just that busy, like.
Just then he came over, okay man, what we're going to do? We sat down for 10-15 minutes talking about it, and they went
Up
out and
you
just
went.
did it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
You
he
get-
he a nice little plug for you.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
gave us one or
and
two
it's-
as well.
yeah.
We were happy, and we got the vlog and everything.
yeah.
I remember sitting in the audience and people were like, "Oh, the podcast guys
Yeah,
are pointing
and
out,"
then
and
we
we
were
were
just
like,
like,
"Oh."
we were actually going red, like.
Because
But,
we never gave the name of the podcast, like
Yeah.
to him or to anyone. And we were like, "Oh,
And we
It's
nearly
good though,
missed
it's
it.
great though.
yeah."
Yeah.
And he was a nice guy, and he knew what he was doing. Like he's a sound fella, and like to just even chat about, like we had a in-depth conversation about how Snapchat is dead
Yeah.
or on the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that was cool off stage.
Yeah.
Like we
We nearly missed it, yeah, we had a bit of a story. So we were coming back from lunch and we hopped into the lift and there was what, 7 people in it? like?
7, and it was a
And,
very
like,
tight.
Yeah,
lift,
we
man.
were kind of loose and lively, you know, we got in like, you know, like squeezing in like there around him now and everything. And I was like, geez, imagine if we got stuck, you know, like, you know, kind of out loud like. And the next thing, we got stuck.
And
And-
it was like there was people panicking in
Yeah,
there, like, you know, and
I didn't think I was ever
Really? I didn't think it's at
claustrophobic.
all, like-
I didn't think I was claustrophobic at all. And I was like,
Okay, shit's kicking in.
yeah, and there was
I'm
a
a
woman
miss
next
speed.
to us.
I'm a miss speed.
he was talking to me and I was just like, just
The woman next to us is like, ring reception. I was like, we don't have reception on the lift, like we're kind of fucked there, like.
We
What
just had
happened?
to-
They just-
we'd keep bashing the bell, and about 2 minutes later, they kind of
Yeah.
wedged it open, and it went up like a yard or two, and we'd kind of step down out of it. But
Man was kind of giving out. He was like, too many in the lift, and
yeah,
it was obviously the weight
It said
capacity.
max to 7, but
yeah.
extra.
So we were kind of goose there, like.
Fat bastards.
yeah, led by ourselves.
And I suppose in between all this madness, you became a first-time father.
Jeez, yeah.
So we put it.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you very
that.
much. Cheers, Wyatt. He's happy out. My missus put it kind of best today. So in between Game of Thrones, what is season 6 at the moment?
Season 6, yeah.
In between season 5 and season 6, we had the kid, moved house, opened the business, got engaged. It's like in a 6-month period.
Yeah.
I was like, perfect. I'd get it all done before 30. Like,
What are you gonna do after season 6?
well, that's where the next thing happens. Like,
Expansion.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And how are you finding balancing family life now between?
Jules is awesome. Jules is incredible like that. We always said that when this does happen, divide and conquer. I take the business side, you take the family side, and we meet in the middle when we can.
Yeah.
And then I try and, like, there's never a day off. Like, my job as a firefighter, like, I'm always putting out fires. So that's what it is. That's what an entrepreneur is. You're always putting out fires and you're just always dealing with problems and stuff. And so we kind of meet, like today now was my first day with them in about 3 weeks. We had lunch together with my mom and stuff, and I just kind of chilled with them. And this is
and then
the work for me at the
we took you away from that. So
no, it's good. It's good.
Sorry,
fam.
sorry, Jules.
Do you know what? Jason brought us in some donuts. I think we should crack open one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I won't because I'm sick of them.
Show them over here. Don't be shy.
What would you like?
I don't know. What are you going to go for?
Kinder, toffee white chocolate, vanilla glaze, Oreo,
Sure
bitch, and my chocolate Malteser.
Which one do you call the bitch now?
This guy.
This guy,
bitch.
yeah, I've had it before now. That's a good one.
Bitch.
Got chocolate all over my beard before when I had it. I'll go for the bitch. I just chance it.
Is this Kinder Bueno? Is it?
No, that's toffee white. Kinder's beside it.
Oreo as well.
There's a Kinder one. I suppose we just keep eating here as we're going.
Now, guys,
Sorry, go on.
other people who come on the show after me have to bring gifts for the boys.
Yeah, much appreciated. Keep them coming. This is our very first ever
This is unbelievable.
Product placement.
product placement. Absolutely.
I said to the lads, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I said, get a table.
Next podcast.
I was like, get a table, lads.
Aldi hit us up with coffee.
I'm big into the digital marketing.
Massive, so.
Did you see Paddy Power's marketing today about Floyd Mayweather?
No.
They're paying out on
Ridiculous, yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Because there was a family day, I kind of just silenced everything. Like,
Yeah.
If you actually go on and check,
Well,
it's,
it's usually-
they always bet on black, and it's just a photo of Floyd Mayweather. Is that kind of crossing the line, or
no,
is
because that's a movie reference. Wesley Snipes said it in Passenger 47.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We really
See what I
need to
mean?
watch
Like,
the movies. I
it's
think
an
we should
action
have
movie from the
a
90s.
movie
Like,
night.
she was like, yeah, he's
We'll invite
like,
Jason over movie night.
he has a plane's taken over hostage, and he's like the air marshal. And some British guy's like, if I'm a gambling man, I bet I win and something. And Wesley Snipes was like, always bet on black. And he
Oh,
just
go
hangs the
away.
phone up and.
so that's how they get away with
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
when you
I
said that,
assumed it was through just roulette.
No.
But
Well, yeah, that is
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
scenarios, but it's a movie, like it's a karate reference from.
jeez, I was shocked because when you
controversial,
sent
like-
it to me today, I was like, jeez, that's
But like
Yeah.
you, perfect. It's shock. Like that's what like the type 2.
you always remember it.
Donut
Then,
we
I
had,
suppose,
like-
yeah, I saw it. I took a screenshot.
We never meant to cause what happened, like, but I don't find that offensive. Like type 2 is the one you give yourself, and I don't see why people like. I understand where parents are coming from the anger that, but like it was never meant. We never went out to go ha 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 diabetes. Like it was just it happened, and like within 4 hours we had people message us and like we had horrible emails come in, like.
Go away.
And people from
It's
like
insane how people
Tipperary
turn,
and
like-
Dublin saying, "I'll never set foot in your stores." Like you'll never set foot in my store anyway. So
Yeah.
like,
Paddy Power must be getting that kind of stuff though. Like.
but Paddy Power are class.
Yeah.
They always have been class. Like even at Cheltenham when they build their own finishing line with the Paddy Power stuff, and
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
they're like their
Brilliant.
digital marketing is a bunch of lads having the crack, like, and it's fantastic. And that's why everyone like that's why we are used. That's why we kind of just see it and understand it and go class.
Brilliant, yeah. Like even today's one, I would
Yeah.
always went black. I took screenshots, send it into WhatsApp of 22 lads, like, you know. And
Jesus,
it's just
boys,
like
it's all word of mouth.
And when they go to bed then at the weekend, what's coming in their head,
Yeah.
like only Paddy Power first, like sickening. Fair play, Paddy Power.
John Jones today tested
What an
positive.
idiot.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
Fucking idiot. Doesn't deserve it.
shocking, isn't it?
I
It's
was
just-
angry. He won. To tell the truth, I'm a Cormier fan. He doesn't deserve it. Like, and he had potentially be the next Anderson Silva. Like he had just to be better than Anderson Silva. Like I watched an interview with Dana this morning. He was like, he is the greatest in our sport. Like,
He must be so
and
devastated.
for
Mentally,
him, for
must-
him to say that when he's on the back of Connor so much, and John is so natural. But like, but then again, man, he's 25, 26 now.
Yeah.
That much fame, that much money, man. It's gonna go to your head.
Yeah.
I just can't believe
No,
he
some
did
people
it.
hold
Like,
it. Like the only reason Conor gets away with it is because he's so fucking cocky. Like he's Irish, and that's the only reason he gets away with it because he's Irish blood.
Very unique, like.
Do you know, if he does that stuff, he gets away with it because
Yeah.
he's smart. He doesn't do blah 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 whatever. I don't know. Does he do drugs? I don't know any kind of crap.
Yeah.
Like, but
We won't believe it anyway.
yeah,
we're all so
You know what I
we're
mean? Like,
such fanboys here. Like,
it's just that's the world they're in.
but
like-
there's talks now of 4-year ban if it's true.
I'm sure
Like,
it's probably-
He's gone. He's
yeah,
finished
he's
now.
done.
He's done.
he'd surely
Dana
finish,
won't.
would he?
Dana won't bring him back.
And he did so many things. Like, he did the Joe Rogan podcast. He did a walk along with Ariel Helwani, and like so believable that he turned it around.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's sober and all this kind of stuff.
Dude, there's a movie coming there, like.
Yeah.
There's actually a movie coming there, like. But he fucked up. I don't know. Like, does Daniel get the belt back?
I'd say the fight,
Sorry,
I'd say maybe
they
him
talk
and
no, but like.
yeah, and Mayo. But I'd
Daniel
say
gets the belt because I think Dan wants to fucking retire. Does he?
I think he wanted to retire after the Jones fight, but I'd say this has
He'll
killed
take
him.
the belt
Like,
back. He'll
yeah.
take it. Like, no one would say no to that. Like, he might. Can he retire as champion?
I'd
Is
say,
that a
can.
possibility?
I'd say
Yeah.
he could.
I'd say that's what he should do.
I'd say maybe him and
He's
Gustafsson
got a
again.
really shit go over, to be fair.
Like him versus Stipe wouldn't work.
No,
Call me Stipe would kill him. But that's another conversation.
Steve is insane.
We'll turn the mics off and have a chat after.
But I can see what's going to happen is
I love
Jones
Stipe.
will take the break. Now he'll service his, and someone like Bellator will come in and
Oh, pay him loads.
just
and,
pay him an absolute bomb
Yeah,
just for
yeah,
his
but sure,
rematch.
leave
and-
him.
They should let Jones and Lesnar fight and let him juice away and just go
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
an
that's
absolute
Tony
war.
Kiernan's joke is, remember that, the steroid Olympics? Leave him juice.
Yeah, the two
Be
boys.
like world records set every second, like.
I'm sure Jones would absolutely batter him, like, but
Lesnar.
yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Would you?
Oh, imagine
Just
Jones
respect
Lesnar
it,
juiced
yeah.
up, do whatever you want. And this
No
is the rules,
gloves,
like,
knives.
Just, yeah, just go absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So I suppose we get on to the fan questions. We had plenty sent in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we start. We got this one from Sinead Cady.
She does
It
the
was-
makeup chair.
Yeah,
She's like
I was
Ireland's
talking to
number
her,
one.
influencer. We're working together.
Oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
yeah.
She's sending this question.
We've had plenty of exclusives
Yeah.
on this podcast. So if you could eat one donut flavor for the rest of your life,
Jesus.
what would it be?
Powdered sugar. We took it off the menu because I couldn't justify a powdered sugar donut for €3. And I wanted all kind of
They needed
level.
the toppings and
Yeah.
It's just so good. Just so good. It's just so
Just a
simple,
basic-
so light.
yeah.
Just, it goes with everything. Powdered sugar for me.
just after eating the Kinder Bueno. No, I'd say Kinder Bueno.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It's insane.
Brilliant.
You
So,
should try
like,
our Kinder Bueno milkshake. So good though.
Bing.
you touched on some plans already. One person asked, what are your plans for the next 12 to 18 months with Huckleberry?
Expand.
Expand.
Yeah,
Cool.
it all depends where and what I want to do now.
Bigger
Right.
premises
When
or
some of my competition closes down, I'll look at other premises in town.
Yeah.
But I'll have to look at different spots.
Cool.
Would you
Man
think of-
Point anyway
Yeah.
is on the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Omniplex is on the cards. That's a guaranteed. So Man Point looking. I'm thinking, should I get a kind of caravan and go off and do festivals, that kind of stuff. There's different options everywhere.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
endless kind of opportunities for you.
Yeah, but it is expanded. That's the big
Brilliant.
one.
Another question we got asked was tips for building an audience on social media.
Good content.
Good content, yeah.
Well, content. Content's
Yeah.
subjective. You can think it's shit. You can think it's amazing.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Everyone's
Just
opinion is
content,
different.
getting out there. Like we try and mix it up. We have the vlogs, we have the challenges, we have our stories, our food porn.
Yeah.
Just and be yourself. Don't try and be someone for the camera and then off camera you're shy or this and that.
Brilliant.
Be exactly who you are, and
Yeah.
just people will like you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's a good way to build a following is build yourself personally. Like I'm building a personal brand as well, and that's where if I walk into whatever, if I walk into Hillbillies tomorrow as the owner, people know me as the guy who built Huckleberry, so they're happy with me and they
Yeah.
trust me, and that's what I think works.
Brilliant.
Like you have a good podcast and you're going to build and build and build, and then if you move to something else, sports casting or MMA, a new MMA podcast, I'm going to listen to because I like ye.
You know
As
the brand.
ye, I know
Yeah.
ye, I know
Yeah.
your brand, you've built it properly, and
Brilliant. That's kind of like Joe Rogan. And like, you know, he has the podcast. I watch it for the podcast.
fucking hero. Like.
And like, I just watch him, his comedy stand-ups and stuff. Like, I have no idea what he'd be like, but you know, I'll watch
Brock
it because of
Lesnar
that.
joke, man.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
but-
really?
No, no.
Watch it.
Okay.
I won't say it. Watch it.
Okay, brilliant. Someone else asked us, why do you think donuts is such a big trend at the moment when health and fitness and social media, health and fitness is so
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
like, sorry.
Donuts have been there for centuries, people making donuts. Like, I'm so surprised it hasn't hit home quicker or sooner.
Yeah.
Because, like, America, there's been Dunkin' Donuts since the late 60s, like. So I just don't know, or Krispy Kreme as well, I just don't know why it never translated over, but it just translated over good. And it's just a snack, and people, it's awesome, like.
See, I think why it appeals to the fitness guys as well is because
Cheat
they have
days.
their
Like a
cheat
cheat day,
days,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They go in
exactly.
there, they see that, and then
Your
you,
protein donut now as well. And
Yeah, we saw that actually, yeah.
with the Health Factory Ireland guy, Rory guy. 15 grams of protein per
Brilliant.
donut and stuff, so.
Yeah. Bit of
the boys
after
love
gym
it.
snack.
Yeah, 400 calories, kid.
There you go.
you're a big movie buff. We've talked about that a lot on this
Yes,
podcast.
yeah.
What is your favourite movie?
shit.
Did we talk about it already?
He said favourite TV show.
And did we have a movie? I thought we did movie.
No,
No,
we
it
just
was a
talked
movie.
about a few.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's
actually,
grand.
yeah.
Just
Sorry.
not professional law.
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, guys.
They
Apologies.
never called me out live on the
No,
podcast.
don't cut that out. Keep it.
You called me out for my age on the last one, so I call you out.
Yeah. Favorite movie?
Young at 25.
I don't know. Like one I watch a lot is The Godfather. I love that movie. Like it's one of the best ones. I would have like in that scenario I have to go by genre. My favorite action, my favorite comedy, my favorite that thing, but that's 6 hours.
So I couldn't. I'd struggle to answer that question as well. I'd say
Yeah.
favourite movie.
Yeah, it's tough. It is.
Another person then asked, donuts, like they're such a luxury food, I suppose. Do you think it's a sign that like the boom is back in Ireland, doing well, that people are buying them? No,
I don't think so. No, like I think it's a treat. Like people always get a treat. Like even when the boom, or even when the crash is there, they were
you
still
find a few
buying.
pennies to get an old donut for yourself.
They were still buying the Swiss rolls. They were still buying their cakes to go to their buddy's house. It's just a snack. It's just a treat. It's like it is a cake. Like it's just something. People have to enjoy life, and if they can't afford to buy a donut, then obviously life is shit at the moment. But if they can get €3 or €4 for themselves and enjoy it with a friend, I think that's
perfect.
they'll always find
Yeah,
a reason to do it. Or
pennies first.
And then there's. I think I know the answer to this one. But do you enjoy the baking side with the donuts or the social media side more? So
well,
I
we don't
suppose-
bake. We have
Yeah.
a baker
We
offsite and stuff. So we
toppings.
do. Yeah, we get our new donuts in and we.
Do the toppings and stuff.
Every day fresh, which is pretty funny because we've been kind of criticized for whatever.
Not
'Cause
making
we're the
them
biggest,
things.
yeah, because we're the
Yeah.
biggest people in the game, so people are going to. It happens. We're the only fresh donut in the city.
Brilliant.
Everyone else is frozen at the moment, which is it's grand. It's the way it's done. That's the way it's done. But we, like, there have been days where I've thrown out 200 or 300 donuts because I refuse to do them to use them the next day. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just
At
everyone-
least,
if-
you're
if-
sticking
if-
to it,
you're
like
better
a-
off that
Let's
way.
say
Yeah.
it was like during summer, it was pretty hot. Like with the really hottest day, I think it was like 20 degrees, 28 degrees or something. I had like maybe 150 donuts left. I just threw them away because I'd like my staff would. I'd say, look, hold off on making them because you can tell like if it's so like you're not going to
Yeah.
eat one of those. You're not going to eat one of those when you're sweating. You want an ice cream, you want iced coffee, you want something. We have all those in the shop, so we have to gauge it. We have an ice cream machine, we have the iced coffees, but you have to gauge them. I won't have a frozen donut in my shop. Like,
Yeah, it's.
so but social media side. Sorry to go away from the question.
So yeah, before we've one final question, we get that to last.
Yeah.
Social media shout-outs or anything, do you want to tell people where they can find you? I obviously know they probably...
Just Huckleberry's Donuts. You
Huckleberry's
Google
Donuts.
us anywhere,
Yeah.
you can find us anywhere.
Yeah, and big things coming up. You've the Dan Sweeney collaboration.
We have several collaborations coming
Man
up.
Point.
Man Point is being announced, as I said. Yeah, that's for it for now.
Yep.
But it is working. We're like, I have something in the works for Freshers Week. Hopefully, it takes off.
Okay.
I have to confirm that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Always thinking.
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Well, we're going to do a donut hunt for Freshers Week as well. Another thing, like the donut hunt we did last time was very successful, so we'll do another one.
Where you go to place and...
I literally take a photograph, put it on social
And
of a
people
box of
run up.
donuts, and they have to get there first.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll do one of those Freshers Week as well.
Brilliant.
Perfect. And I suppose we'll ask you the last final question. What's Frankly Nuts about Jason Woodard?
I don't give a fuck with anything.
Brilliant. That's probably
Yeah,
our
I
best
love it,
answer
yeah.
so far.
I
It's just
don't,
off the bat.
I
Like
can't,
few people
yeah.
have had to take a few minutes to think about it, but
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck with anything. Yeah.
Brilliant. Love that answer. I suppose you have a little piece of...
we have the usual piece of glass for each.
Nice.
supplied by
Free
Gary
scarce.
McCarthy trophies
Oh,
on
shit.
Chamore Road.
So
Nice.
Not related to Kevin.
Episode 7. That's class.
There you go,
There you
Chase.
go, that's yours.
Thanks a million for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
bro.
He was awesome.
Thanks.
cheers.
And
Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
guys, make sure to like, share and subscribe.
Yeah.
Check out Huckleberry's. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Cheers,
Take it
guys.
easy.
Cheers, guys.